So, any more for any more?
Any more for any more, indeed. This month in the therapy interview slot, we have Maya Wolff, EDM and bass artist from Brighton. She's got a lot of stuff to share with us.
Fantastic.
Come on down, Maya.
How you doing, Maya?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. So, we've worked together quite a long time. We've even shared stages at festivals and clubs, haven't we? And you're known as an EDM and bass artist, but tell us a little bit more about your sound. It's a bit more varied than that, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, my big passion is for electronic music. Yeah. So the last projects were a lot of house and progressive house, and the projects coming up should be very kind of similar and progressing on from that. But I do have a strong love for bass as well. Bass. So I've had a couple of dubstep singles out as well, and possibly a drum and bass one in the near future.
A little bit of drum and bass, all branching out there. Cool, very good. So your latest single, Payoff, if I've got this right, is a collaboration with Heads Rolls and Fully Charged. And
yes.
Heads Rolls is from Argentina.
Yeah.
Fully Charged is from Leeds.
You're
from Brighton.
Somewhere up north.
How did that come about? Tell us a little bit about that project.
So Heads Rolls got in touch with me, either Facebook, Twitter, something rather, and we've worked on track. They've sent me an instrumental, I've written some vocals for them, and they then got Fully Charged on board with the track, and they just put that extra special something to it, and then it got signed to an Argentinian label called Bmusic.
Very nice.
So it's quite international, which a lot of my projects are actually. And I think because we all have our fan bases, we actually managed to get it into the top 50 of the progressive house Beatport charts.
Oh, fantastic.
It like straight away after a couple of days of the release. So that's been really exciting, and for me the biggest kind of musical achievement in terms of numbers.
Sure.
So far.
Oh, fantastic. And on the international collaboration scene, so you've released Just While You Cry with Destin, who, if I've got this right, is a 13-year-old dubstep and house producer from Los Angeles.
He is indeed.
And I've heard some of his stuff, and it's pretty amazing for his age. So how did that come about? How on earth did you? Because it's a great song. You can find it online. Like how did you meet him? What happened there?
Yeah, so you can find it online, like Beatport, iTunes, everywhere. It's been released through Castle Records in March.
Yeah.
But we started working on it over a year ago. So I put up an acoustic version of the original song, which some of my collaborations work that way. Like I play the piano, and that's the way I write often. So I've put that track up, and he picked up on it. He messaged me in one of the many social platforms,
websites, yeah.
One of those, and I had to listen to his stuff, and I was like, he's pretty good for his age. I didn't expect too much from it, but then he came back with this awesome dubstep version that just had my attention straight away. And I think I didn't realise most of the time I was talking to his mum, really, because
I suppose at 13.
He is only 13. And then I went out to LA last year, and we went into the studio and we did the vocals, and he finished it all off, and we got it signed, and it's been played a fair amount, and it was a good start. There's a few more tracks we're working on, not sure where they're going at the moment. Hopefully there will be more in store. But yeah, he's very talented. Destin G, check him out. He went to Icon College in Los Angeles, which is like one of the most prestigious colleges. Mark Knight, I think, is one of the heads of the college.
Okay, cool. So on the America front, so I hear the kind of the machine that is Maya Wolff is heading over to America for a bit of a adventure next week. What's happening there? What's your plan? Is it world domination?
Let's not talk about America dominating the world. But
that's a good point.
Question. However, I did have a really, really good time last year. I went to New York and LA last year. That way around, I'm going to do the opposite way. In January, so I'm going to take a whole month and go. So at the moment, I'm just trying to network with DJs and producers out there to hopefully book some shows in, and if not, just do lots of networking, and if not, lie in the sun and enjoy California, really.
Sounds pretty good, to be honest,
maybe a bit of snow in New York, who knows? But yeah, I think there is a lot. It's a very good place to be for the electronic music scene, I think,
It's
at the
really
moment.
growing at the moment. I mean, the EDM thing's really taken off in America,
Exactly.
and it gets a lot of bad press for one respect, but they're quite behind us, like as far as electronic
are,
music goes.
yeah.
And the beautiful thing about it is it's a really accessible gateway, I think, to electronic music, and from that they can find all these other elements. Like with your music, there's a lot of kind of big EDM stuff. Then you listen through to your back catalogue, and then you've got your deep stuff, you've got your dubstep, you've got a bit of drum and bass, and I think it's just a great thing because it's opportunity for people to kind of get into that world before moving elsewhere. So I'm going to kind of roll back a few years a little bit now, and
How many?
I've heard you were part of a touring school pop band when you were a little girl. Tell us
Little girl.
Tell us a little bit about that. Well, if you're at school, but
I left school then, but we went into schools.
okay,
So
right, okay.
It was a pop band. It was pretty cool at the time. Oh, that's young. So I finished school in Germany, which is where I'm from. That was not a German accent. I won't try to do that again. So,
I'm not going to try.
Why not? So, leaving Germany behind, I moved to the UK to join a pop band as a singer and a dancer. It was a really good experience. I learned about every area and detail of what it means to be a band and be a performing artist. So I did that for a couple of years. It meant going around secondary schools. We're based in Kent, so I stayed in Kent for a long time after that. And we did a lot of shows and did a lot of performance, but we also linked in like key subjects. So in a way, it was like a road tour.
Yeah.
So we linked in with like PSHE, does that still exist?
I think
And
so,
like
rings
RE
bells,
kind of
yeah.
subjects.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah? Is that the right
Yeah.
subject?
I know what humanities.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
there
that's
you
what
go.
it
Yeah, I don't
became
think it
known
exists
as, yeah.
anymore. Exactly. So kind of making things relevant to the young people, which I think was a great thing to do. And I loved the job, but the people were a bit loony. So it was an interesting time in my life.
But I guess that was kind of like the start of your career though, really.
It was part of it.
Yeah.
I've been recording since I was 12 years old.
Sure.
And doing like performances, and then also dance came along. So I did a lot of dancing in my time as well. After that band, I actually formed a dance company that turned into a creative arts company.
I was going to ask about that actually. So this Exema.
It is.
So this is your other project. Tell us a little bit about it, because not only are you a singer, you're a writer, you're a dancer, you're a children's entertainer, and you have your own business. So you're quite a career woman as well. So
Yes.
tell us about some of the stuff
No
going on with
children till I'm
Exema.
35.
Not yet.
No, or 40. So Exema came along after I did the pop band. For me, that was I've done that, I've done the performing, I've been a small little star that the school kids knew, and I was quite satisfied in that way, which I'm like, why didn't I just keep going? But I think because of the experience I was like, I want to teach, I want to make money, and I still want to do a lot of good stuff with young people. So and I met another girl that had a similar vision, so we started teaching mainly dance classes, and then further along we also did some drama and singing, and we had our own classes as well as working for other people, and a lot of it was again still linked in with working with young people and trying to put a positive message out there.
Sure, that's good stuff. It's lovely to kind of have that connection, I think, with the younger crowd as well.
Yeah,
it's really important.
It is. I mean, for me now, I'm more concentrated on teaching privately. That's my preferred way now, and being hired out rather than I teach my own classes. So that's what Exema is right now. So if you want any singing or piano lessons, then
you know where to come.
exemauk.com.
So, and you're also a bit of a fashion person, aren't you? So you have a lot of sponsorship, don't you?
Well,
what's your current sponsor? I seem to just your updates seem constantly like new brands approaching you and sharing stuff, and it's really nice. So.
It's been exciting. I never saw myself as a fashion person. I was always a bit of a crazy one. I remember in school I was like, I want to have one outfit in one colour, and I did that. I had a whole yellow and a whole green and a whole red, and people at school, I think, we don't have school uniform in Germany, so I think they thought I was a bit crazy.
So you're like, I'm going to wear the uniform.
But I do really love fashion. I find it very inspiring, even for music and songwriting for some way. I'm not one that buys all the magazines all the time. It's my fly-in treat. So whenever I'm at an airport, I buy Am I allowed to plug brands? Elle magazines, other brands are available.
I can relate to that. I mean, I don't buy Elle magazine,
No.
but I'm also an airport buyer. I tend not to at home.
So it's got to be something of quality. I don't like those that are just, I don't know, brainwash girls. Something more substantial, which I think is one of those. But yeah, I do love fashion. So that's been quite exciting actually over the past kind of 6 months or so. So this is my little sponsored thing today. It's CGC bracelets.
CGC bracelets.
They're just
Okay,
starting
brilliant.
off, so they're doing like handmade bracelets.
Yeah, it does.
I
Like
know.
those candy things, isn't it? When you
Not quite sure if it goes, but I just wanted to wear it to set a bit of a contrast and to plug them really.
Looks good.
And actually for the gig we did together, I had those amazing leggings from Papinta Clothing.
They were quite amazing.
Say so myself.
Because, yep, they were pretty good.
Yeah, so that's an Italian designer, and then there's been a couple more. So that's been really fun, and I love that. And actually, Tresemme sent me a whole parcel at the beginning of the year. They are the best brand, even though like other ones are available.
To be honest,
We'll
like,
translate that.
Yeah.
definitely, like, people wanted to send me clothes through the post, like brand new from designers, but like, yeah, bring it. But I'm not sure that's
No,
going to
they were
happen
bin
for
liners,
me.
weren't they?
Yeah, I think that's it. So, you've got a free download available, haven't you? If people want to hear what your music is about.
Yeah, I do. I just thought because after Payoff, I haven't really had anything the last couple of months, and I've had this track. It's called Hold Her, and again, I've done an acoustic version of it, and
Sure.
Oliver Wang, another producer from LA, from the same college that Destin G went to, and I got to know him when I was out there, did a kind of progressive house remix of it.
Sure.
And I just thought, it's just been lying there, and I thought, let's just give it out for free download. It's not completely like 100% mixed or mastered, we're just giving it out there. And I don't know, there's a lot of story behind the song for me. We're not going to go into that. I wrote a blog about that on exemauk.com, so you can actually read what the song is about. So you can get that on my soundcloud.com, Maya Wolff with a Y and 2 Fs.
That's the brand machine.
Yeah.
So, we're going to finish and just show your video to everyone for your single If the Sky. Is there any little nuggets you want to share about this particular release that we can let our viewers know before they see it?
Yeah, of course. It's been, we released it end of March this year. It's been with Yan Garen. It's a French producer. So people are just, I love the
another
internet
country
for
to the
like
list. So we've got Los Angeles,
being able to work
Argentina,
all over the world.
France.
Yeah,
brilliant.
it's been released on a German label, which was very exciting. Being German, I'm not that much of a German lover, but but that was still like really nice to actually see that the scene is flourishing everywhere at the moment. So that's been kind of a summery, kind of light house tune. It's not a crazy meaning behind it, just kind of a feel-good house
It's
song.
definitely got a feel-good vibe to it, definitely.
And the video was shot just outside of Brighton, actually, on the most sunniest day in like February, when I'm like in a dress in the sea.
So they had that weird warm February, didn't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's been fun. It's been shot by Eva Butsaki. If you ever need anyone in Brighton to do your videos, go to her. She's a very cool lady to do videos with.
Okay. Maya, thank you for coming in. Really, really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No worries. And this is If the Sky by Maya Wolff.